Hey, how's it going today? It's Frankie here in the back of a video on this channel. I was going to do a movie review. I was going to watch a movie, but I couldn't quite get down to doing that. So I've just decided to make a video. I wasn't planning to, but I figured I'm a bit bored and I really felt like making a video. And why not make a video on this other stuff channel? I mean, I hardly ever make that many vids on here, so I might as well just do something while I'm at it. Yeah, so this video is going to be about friendships. Cringy and corny, I know, but why not? This will be similar to types of people that annoy me. There might be some extracts in that might be similar to what I'm going to be talking about on here. But I just figured, why not be a bit different? I know it's going to be a bit cringy, but it doesn't matter anyway. I mean, I don't think I spoke about friendships on my, controversy and gaming channel. So here it is. Now, we all have like different types of friends though. We always have certain type of friends, ones that annoy you, ones that actually, make you laugh, ones that are quite supportive, loving and caring. So I'm just going to talk about different kinds of friendships, right? I'm probably going to be comparing them to some of my situations with friends and some, scenarios with these type of friends. So yeah, I'll get straight to it. Now, do you have this one friend that just does not know how to roast? Like, take, the call I had with two of my friends, right? I'm not going to give out their names. I'm not going to say anything. I probably will describe them a bit. Well, one of them anyway. I was on call. And one of my friends just started, we were just trying to banter. When you banter and it leads to cussing and dissing and, whatever words you want to call it, right? I like that, right? If you don't have that in a friendship group, it can be quite boring. So, we're just bantering and cussing. And he says to me, okay, he says to me, right, oh, you wear glasses, ha 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 ha. Now, the reason I'm putting that facial expression is because he also wears glasses, right? So my friend just went and said, you wear glasses too. And he went and said, I know, but you wear glasses, ha ha. I looked at them, I'm going, what? What? I mean, this is what I mean with friendship. This is another thing with friendships though. When somebody's cussing you, you always have that one friend that cusses you, but then it describes them as well. I had a right match. I did. What do I respond to that? If I don't come back, people might think, oh, you did come out, so you got beaten. He actually lost the argument. He actually lost that banter himself, even though it wasn't a roast match. He's clearly no Jeff Ross. If you don't know who Jeff Ross is, search him up. He's a great roaster, right? And he's brilliant the way he roasts, celebrities and just regular people. And if George was ahead and saying that, if he goes and says that on stage or wherever, people would look at him and go, what? You got glasses yourself? So, yeah, I mean, he'll probably see this video anyway and be like, what are you talking about me? I'd be like, well, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, it's not just got a call there. Forgot to put my phone on silent. I forgot about that. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, people would laugh at, we would look at it and go, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm just like, what? And then he starts like, when you get personal into this bantering, it's like you lost the way. Like the stuff he was saying, like I had to really not sound triggered, but you have to get personal back, kind of thing. And it didn't rile me, but it was just like there's no need to mention it. He automatically lost just by bringing up stuff that he is himself, which is a bit strange. That's one thing I never understood. So I had to blow my nose. Apologies for this. I should be a bit more prepared. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if you have any friendships in your group like that, but there is a lot of friends like that. You also have the funny friends that are there for you where you go into a shop and you have one or two friends next to you, right? Either side of you, wherever it is, right? And they start making noises and any type of noise, and you don't and this they always reply when you laugh at, they always reply back to you and like they always go, why are you laughing for? You're making it bait. That's not baiting it out. You're laughing at something. That could be anything. So, and it does make me laugh. I have that one friend that, used to do that. I haven't seen it for a while though. So yeah, it's like it makes me laugh as well because it adds something to the friendship. It adds some energy. It adds some humor. It adds some excitement to it. If you have that friendship group where it's all miserable people, like, oh yeah, I don't like swearing. No, I don't like that because I'm too religious. Sorry. Well, I don't like that because I might just do something funny, create a bit of like craziness into that the friendship. Not too crazy, but something that's a good on your level type of thing. Like create something. Don't just like be like, oh no. Not even I'm like that. I welcome any sort of friendship into that, into the group like that. That's a good trustworthy person. Yeah, I would allow them. Another one is when you're in a restaurant or no, actually no, when you're in a classroom or like, wherever it is you're like, and there's a meeting or wherever you have to sit behind somebody or wherever there's loads of people and somebody's just there making you laugh. I think it's on your school and college thing. I think as well, and they just start making you laugh, and you can't hold it in. You literally can't. You want to burst out laughing, but you can't. And when you let it out, you have to look around and you go, I don't know, sir, I just got a little bit choked up. You have to make some sort of an excuse. You can't just be like sitting there just going like a lemon and other people start laughing at you. That's the mad part right there. So I like those moments. That's something more memorable because it really makes you laugh. And laughter is the best medicine after all. You need a bit of laughter and humour in life. That's probably the only best things about having a friendship. That's the most important thing about having a friendship. Is that moments like that, it creates good memories. I know these are one of the friendships I hate. Is when you have that friend that always seems to flex something. Like always seems to show off and always seems to act like they're better than you because they got more than you. Like, oh, look, I got loads of cash, that means I'm better than you. Okay. So does that money come with respect? Does it come with love? Does it come with care? Does it come any of those? No, man, it's money. Money's everything. Yeah, but is it buying you anything that you actually do need, or is it buying you something that you're gonna waste? Because remember, money is just water. It's just paper. Wherever you're wasting all that money away. So you're technically wasting stuff that you don't need to waste on. And yeah, we all have to waste money at some point, but not for things that aren't important. And they're the friends that I'm not a fan of because it's like, so how does that make you better than me? That makes you more financially stable than me. I'll give you that one. That doesn't mean you're better than me in a lot of departments. Like, there could be a poor guy or poor girl like living on the same street as you, but that doesn't make that much money. But actually has more respect and decency and more people to hang out with them. So it doesn't make you better. It just makes you more efficient in terms of finances. Yeah, it's like that friend saying, oh, especially if it's a guy, right? A guy to another guy saying, I get more girls than you. You're a loser, nobody wants you. I'm like, that makes you better than me. Yeah, it's cool that you have a lot of females. Don't get me wrong, the guy having a lot of females, okay, fair enough. That's cool on them, that's great. But then, at the same time, that's not really showing you're being respectful to me. That just shows, you're boasting and you're trying to rub it into the person's face. And it also shows you're trying to compete with them. Because they probably will find themselves someone else. You have to have so many people on your side to, actually find a special person yourself. That also makes it sad. That doesn't mean you're better than them. This means that you have more hits with the women. That's all it is. Same if it's vice versa. You see, you have that with the opposite gender. That's fine. But it doesn't make you better than that person. Literally, a disrespectful guy can literally get so many women, but then the other guy that's more respectful doesn't get much women. Will obviously find someone special, and it makes them look safe, that they don't get involved with too much drama like that. They're waiting for the right person, or maybe they're trying to have relationships, and maybe they do secretly get women. They just don't want to say anything to their friends, so that can happen too. And another one is, I think I mentioned on the types of people that annoy me, is when you have that one friend that, say for example, a group of 3, 4, 5 people, you have that one friend that seems to say something on like a certain volume where you would think somebody would have heard it. They'll say something like, oh yeah, I did something like this last night, yeah, but nobody else would hear it. When you say the exact same thing, and at the same volume, the rest of the friendship group hears. It's like they seem to stop talking at a time where you're going to say what you're going to say. It's like they planned all this. It's like, you know what, let's pretend we didn't hear you, we pretend we heard him or her. Should we do it? Yeah, and then I think it's usually a guy friendship circle that has that. Maybe women friendship circles do have that too, but I don't think both friendship circles have the same thing like that. I don't know. It's definitely it's definitely us guys. Definitely, I can think us guys would do in a friendship circle. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, it does annoy me because there's been times somebody said something to me, or it's like you could be in a room with like a guy and a girl, right? They're your friends, and the guy sitting next to you could just be like nudging you and just looking, and you might be seeing something, you might be laughing at something, and your female friend just turns around and says, what's going on? They accuse you. And it was your friend next to you that said something, and the other person don't quite believe you, and they're not bothered. Whereas if you did that, they'll be having a go at you. You know, I've experienced that too, actually, to be honest. Bear in mind, I know these are jokes at the end of the day, but sometimes they can get a bit too brutal and personal. What other ones? Excuse me, sorry about that. Oh yeah, with content creating. This is an interesting one. You make content, and this is what I've had to run it, right? I think with the same person, same thing basically. He basically says to me, you know, and it could happen to anybody, they'll be like, why on earth do you make when you have multiple channels for different like topics? I think you've answered that question. He definitely answered it because you want different channels for different topics. I have a thing where if I want to find something that I've done, I'll look for a certain category. You can't have one channel for everything, because where that one channel goes, you need one or two other channels. I think the minimum amount of channels someone should have is 2. One for one topic, one for another topic. And I don't know why he said that. It's the same with those other people doing it. And it's kind of like, it's more efficient. It means you're more neat with it, and you're more organized. Like my first channel is not organized. My controversial and gaming channel. It's just a bit messy. That was my first channel, so I didn't know what I was really doing. But I got the hang of it eventually. That's why. So that's why this third channel was created, because I'm talking about topics I haven't spoken about my other 2 channels. It's quite easy to understand, so I don't know why you had to ask. Notice how I'm not actually saying, oh, because he doesn't have to make good content like I do. It's something to do with that. If you make content because you enjoy it, just do it. Regardless if you're getting paid on social media, you don't have to get paid. You don't have to, make content just to get paid. Your aim should just be make videos, and if you have an option to get paid, that's great. If that's fantastic. If you don't, then just keep making them. I keep saying, you don't need to get paid. You don't need to make videos just so you can get paid. You could just make videos. It's like a diary, basically. It's like a photo album. You keep note of the diaries. You keep note of the videos that you made. And if you don't like 1 or 2 videos that you made, you can delete them, or they'll probably get deleted by YouTube. Depends on the what they say about guidelines. But you know what I mean. It's like when you say, oh, I don't like rap. I mean, I don't like rap, right? The only type of rap music and the only band that actually is good at rap is Die Antwoord. It's like your friend saying to you, oh, because you can't rap, because you don't want to do it. What's the point of me wanting to do something if I don't like it? Yeah, Die Antwoord I listen to, only because of their music that they have. And they're actually more clear in what they're saying with their rap. Not like other rappers that you can't understand most of what they're saying. And they don't seem, it's not right at all for me. Die Antwoord know how to do it better, but that's the only type of band that's rap in it. And that speaks volumes for me. So, it's something to do about, you don't like something, you can't do it, that's why you don't like it. Not even that you can't do something you won't like. There's reasons why people don't like something. I'm the same. I'm like, why don't you like this show that I watch? Maybe it's not their cup of tea. Maybe they just look for different kinds of shows, for example. And drift off to our next topic is when it is, with the next friendship topic, well, not topic, another type of friend, where they talk about TV shows or movies, for example. They probably might not like a particular show, maybe you don't like, you like because it's not for them. They wouldn't understand it, or it wouldn't be quite up to their standard. That's fine. That's why we're not all meant to like everything together. Well, we got like different things. That's what I'm trying to say. But to say, oh, you can't rap, so that's why you don't like it. It is a bit silly. You make yourself look very silly with that, with that comment right there. I mean, if someone doesn't upload videos, I'm not going to say to them, oh, you can't upload a video on you. It's maybe because it's not their thing, or maybe they just don't like doing it. They just prefer watching videos, or they probably don't want to make a lot of content. Now we need to stop all this. I get if it's part of the banter, but can't be something a bit more better. I'm not strong with banter and like roasting back. That's probably the way that we should use and stuff. Cuss and diss as roast. We should all like be able to think of something a bit more better and original, because you're already lost when you come up with something silly or something that is not effective enough. And this is where I just set my friend to it with what he says. I mean, that I'm not going to get over that. It's pretty funny, him getting personal, which I'm not going to mention. It was like, what? You could say probably a tiny bit of me got annoyed, because like there's no need for him to mention it. Like, and I had to say some personal stuff back, and he's just there laughing like he's beating me to it. That's probably part of bullying right there, I've got to say. I mean, for me, I'm able to take it. I can be able to handle it. It's part of not getting offended. It's part of being like an adult is not getting offended by things. I didn't let it get to me, which was good. And again, this comes back to when friends say, oh, like, oh, you're getting triggered. What? I mean, the amount of times I tried cussing, or whatever, not cussing, I'm using my cuss. Every time I try to roast back or banter back, they always say, oh, why are you getting triggered for? God help me, man, seriously, why am I getting triggered? You already see how that looks. That makes no sense. Oh, you're already getting triggered. But how am I triggered if I'm still calm and talking calmly back? It makes no sense. They've already lost because they're saying something that isn't even true. That's the crazy. But I've been told I get triggered easily. When was that? I don't even remember that time I got triggered. Actually, I don't get triggered often like that. That's if a debate gets heated, probably. But other than that, I've learned not to get triggered. And people want me to, but then people will say, why am I getting triggered? You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. And people say you're getting annoyed over something. How? I think people out there, I know it's just banter at the end of the day, I can walk with that, but there's people that genuinely think I get triggered over things. Or there's people that genuinely think, that their friend is probably triggered. And you see a debate between like two of your friends, and they start talking, and one of them is replying back so calmly, like roasting back in a calm way, and the other person says, what are you getting triggered for? They're the ones that are probably triggered, so they twist it back on them. It happens. It's kind of like they're reversing psychology back. It's kind of like, this is also another thing when they get into, is when you make content and somebody starts hating on your comment, or hating on your content, or you get hate comments, right? The thing is with that, I feel like, like when people say hate comments are no good, you got to look at it from a positive. At least people are bothering to comment. I'd rather have hate comments than no comments. I'd rather have like a mixture than only have one or two comments. And yeah, I don't get many comments on my vids, but you know what? If I get something, I get something. The hate comment might be funny. When people keep like taking the mick up somebody online, I think they should look at it and embrace it, because it shows someone's taking notice of them. Yeah, it shows that someone's kind of taking notice. If they don't know it, they don't have anything to say, and they don't hate on it, they're not noticing. That's a good way to look at it. That's the thing with my content. The same like when I've had friends kind of take the mick of how I would probably dress, or no, actually it won't just be me. There's people out there that have had friends like that took the mick out of how they dress. But at the same time, they should be glad that it's noticed, because these are the noticing how it is. It's probably not a good look. It's not good with friends taking the mick out their other friend like that. But at least they're noticing, and it's good for them to have something to say rather than say nothing at all. And if they laugh or do anything like that, that's their opinion. That's their choice to make. Excuse me, but they notice. Like, I would rather have somebody say something negative and say something than say nothing, because if that then they'll probably be lying, which isn't a good look. But I prefer both. I prefer people talking about me and to me. It doesn't bother me at all. I do want to point out as well, with the whole like, you know, when I had that debate with my friend, you know, when he commented about me having glasses, it kind of reminded me of something. And I just remembered to put this in the video. It kind of reminded me. I know I compare stuff to shows and movies, right? But I'm comparing this part to Family Guy. He knows this scene as well. When I don't know if any of you have seen this scene, you must have done, because it's not, you know, a new episode. It's quite from years back, where Chris was getting bullied, and one of the bullies commented to his sister, made a comment about his sister, and Chris goes, "Oh yeah, well you have a sister as well." It's the same situation, right? Either we don't know if that dude has a sister or not, but that's exactly what it is. That's exactly how it looks. So him saying, you know, it's like, you know, it's like me bantering him. He said, "Well, you wear glasses. You do too. You wear glasses too." So I don't really see the point you're making. The phone was ringing again. I don't know if you can actually see that. You can actually see part of the circle where it's a slide. That's mad. So yeah, I'm glad they included that in. Yeah, my friends are gonna watch this, aren't they? They're gonna have a few things to say. But anyways, so continuing. Oh damn, somebody's calling again. I'll go on to that in a minute. Yeah, what on earth am I gonna? What was I gonna say next? Especially when you have ideas, and I think this is the last thing anyway. It's like when you're with a friend, you pitch up ideas, or you have a few friends, right? You have ideas in mind to make a video or a project, whatever it is, and your ideas don't get heard as much as friends do. I don't think I've had this. They usually serve my point of view. So I think there's people out there, even when you're a friend, and they sort of turn around to you and say, "I don't think it's a good idea. I don't know how that would work." But another friend will have a even crazier idea that doesn't sound right for what they're doing, and the other friends just go along with it. That's the thing that annoys me the most, is when that happens. You know, I don't think I've ever been in that sort of situation before. I think when I've contributed, they understood where I was coming from, but even that, even I understood that probably wasn't be a good idea. Yeah, and actually I don't even think it is the last thing. This is another thing, is when you have a friend that, it's ties with a lot of other things, it ties with relationships and you know, whatever else, right? Is when that one friend sort of lectured you on something that they don't really know about themselves, and it's normal. I've done it, right? Before I even had a kid, I used to get this thought of, like, you know, I used to say to like a certain person, I never used to talk to anyway, but I used to be like, "Oh, why don't you see me," or wherever it is, or that sort of thing. Like, there's people out there that would be like, "Why don't you see me then? You could put your kids out to your parents or something." I realise now it's not as easy as that. I used to judge that. I used to say things like that. Until I had a kid, I was like, yeah, it's a bit more busy than I thought. You know, when you see my kid like 2-3 days a week, it's, you know, like, you know, I see, you know, my daughter that many days a week. I'm so busy. I've got to always, you know, think about my daughter before anybody else. You know, that she's more important than everybody else in the world, which is true. Yeah, but when the friend starts lecturing and saying stuff, it's kind of like, how do you know what you're talking about? There's people I know that say those things, and I understand, but when they get a kid, they don't know. I'm not expecting to understand now with another kid. Like, the people that would say this, most of them don't have a kid, and they start lecturing and all that stuff. I'm like, why would you want to do that? It makes no sense why you want to do that. You know, those are the type of friends that would also destroy a friendship, or like, not friendship, but a relationship. And they start saying stuff to the friend's partner behind the friend, not behind the friend, but they could tell you, "Okay, you don't want to that." I've had this incident, right? I'm not going to say much, but I was told to leave the room because a friend wanted to talk to my partner. But I'm going to say that. I'm not going to get into that. And you know what? Let them. As long as they're not really saying anything abusive or disrespectful, I'm alright with that. But when they start trying to break up or be like, I don't think my friend's good enough to be with you. You're meant to be supportive. unless your friend was treating an absolute I was about to swear on this channel. Unless you're actually treating them like absolute garbage, I can understand you with a bit of revenge at point square. I get it. But when it comes to like, you know, like when you have a respect, when you have a friend that's been there for you, when it comes to like messing around and doing psychology and type like manipulate, it's not a good look. And you kind of need to probably not say too much, because that will cause a breakup. That will cause your friend's partner to actually go to you, which isn't good. And not to mention as well, like, it's usually a friend that is either jealous, is either envious, or is fake to their friend. They're usually the ones that are the most like the worst type of friends, or they usually, how should I put it, ones that know better that actually would do that. But yeah, that's all I want to say for today. I think that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.